What up? This is Swayze and it's official, guys. It's official. I miss Quarantine Bay again. Yes, again. I miss her again. She got me messed up in the head. You guys know that song by Tamia? You know the one that go, all I hear is raindrops falling on a rooftop. Ooh, baby, tell me why you had to go. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I miss her. And I hate her. I'm tired of her. I'm sick of this chick. But I miss her. And I'm not gonna hit her up first. She gotta hit me up. I don't care. I don't care, bro. It's 2021. We have to protect our energy at all costs. At all costs. It doesn't matter. YouTube K, and that's a fact. For example, if a female sends you a blue heart emoji, I'ma tell it to you just like this. She's getting her back blown out by a crip nigga, and they are not using condoms. Protect your energy at all times, king. Understand, in 2021, we are not giving the nonsense any energy at all. Susan, understand. Understand, I can't control these people. I can't control them. My audience is like New York City. Everybody does what they want. I can't control these people. If it's YouTube K, it's YouTube K, Susan. If it's Google K, that's what it is. If it's every corporation K, I don't care. Once the little man gets his voice heard, that's all that matters to me. YouTube K is for the people. It's for the creators. It's for the independent thinkers. It's for the artists. YouTube K is for the everyday people who are striving and working hard to be a better person than they were yesterday. That's what this is about. Susan, I can't control these people. I can't. The people has spoken. It's gonna be YouTube K until you recognize the little people. In 2021, Savage, you're gonna have to make it happen. You're gonna have to make it happen, Susan. I'm sorry. They're spinning servers. I can't stop them. But let's get into the news because honestly, I think it's a damn shame that Gotham City is giving it up crazy already in 2021. But before we came into the New Year's, it looks like a 34-year-old man was shot and unfortunately killed outside of an apartment building in Brooklyn on Wednesday morning, December 30th. Now, the deadly shooting happened just after 11 a.m. at Armstrong Houses, located at 286 Lexington Avenue in Bed-Stuy. Now, the cops found the victim with a gunshot wound to the leg, chest, and torso. He was rushed to Woodhull Hospital, where he was unfortunately pronounced dead. Now, multiple shell casings were recovered at the scene, and the investigation is ongoing. Now, I'm going to let you listen to this clip, and I'll be back with my commentary.
Police are investigating another case of deadly gun violence in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. Officers arrived outside the Louis Armstrong houses on Lexington Avenue just after 11 this morning. They found 34-year-old Demetrius Riggins unconscious with gunshot wounds to his upper body and leg. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. Police are searching for a suspect tonight.
Well, there you have it. A very unfortunate situation where someone lost their life in Bed-Stuy. However, it looks like Gotham City is bringing in the new year with a bang, or should we say a blast, because it looks like, unfortunately, we already have our first homicide of 2021. Now let's listen to this clip together as a unit, and I'll be back.
Now to breaking news, a deadly start to 2021 after multiple shootings across the city. In Queens, a man was killed after shots rang out inside a hotel. CBS 2's John Diaz joins us live from the scene in Kew Gardens with the details there, John.
Shit ain't right.
Yeah, good morning to both of you. Now, all this happening, all this violence happening within hours after that ball drop. So a lot of people living around here hoping that this is not a sign of what 2021 will look like, especially last year in 2020 across New York City. The city saw an increase of nearly 97% when it comes to shooting incidences. Now, I want to take you right out here to the scene. Take a look right here behind me. You can see a crime scene unit out here investigating this deadly shooting. Cops say that they believe there are 2 shooters, but they are looking for 5 people total who shot 3 men, killing 1 of them. Now you can see here in the citizens that video, one of those victims rolled out on a stretcher in front of the Umbrella Hotel Kew Gardens around 1 o'clock this morning. Police believe 2 groups of men were fighting at the hotel, possibly at a New Year's Eve party. When that fight escalated and one group started shooting at another group, they tell us 2 men, one 20 years old, the other 40 years old, have severe injuries, both with multiple gunshot wounds, but are expected to live. Tragically, though, a 20-year-old man has died. And then over in East New York, Brooklyn, it's 7 minutes after midnight. So once really that just ball dropped, a 33-year-old woman was shot in the leg by a stray bullet while sitting in her second-floor apartment over on Lincoln Avenue. She is listed in stable condition. Now, I've looked back out here in this scene here in Kew Gardens. Police reporting at least 6 separate shootings, including this one across the city, which total of at least 8 victims. Now, of course, this one happening, and then also another one happening in Queens. We are told that one happening in Hunters Point. Then there was another shooting in the on the Upper East Side, another one in the Bronx, and then that 6th one happening in Washington Heights. We're told those last 4 shootings that I mentioned, everyone is expected to be okay. Police have yet to make any arrests in any one of these cases. We're live this morning from Kew Gardens, Queens. John Diaz, CBS 2 News.
Nah, bro.
Very busy night for the NYPD. Thank you, John.
A very busy night for the NYPD. Thank you, John. You're damn right. Nah. Run back what he said at the end, bro. Do you understand how much shootings that man just sat there and mentioned? Yo, nah. I want you guys to hear that again, because there's no game out here.
City, which total of at least 8 victims. Now, of course, this one happening, and then also another one happening in Queens. We are told that one happening in Hunters Point. Then there was another shooting in the on the Upper East Side, another one in the Bronx, and then that 6th one happening in Washington Heights. We are told those last 4 shootings that I mentioned, everyone is expected to be okay, but police have yet to make any arrests in any one of these cases.
Bro, I probably sound like a very disappointed parent. But what are you guys doing? What are you doing out there? But the one thing that I know for a fact is that you cannot preach to these kids. They're not trying to hear that. And I totally get it. You can't tell these little niggas nothing, because honestly, you can get it too. You can get it too, my guy. Anybody can get it in Gotham City. And at the end of the day, you old niggas been preaching to these kids instead of talking to them. That's what you've been doing, and now you're dealing with the consequences. You're dealing with the consequences. You see what's going on? We're going into the new year on the same type of time. This is Gotham City. There's no Batmans. It's a bunch of jokers. And if you think they some clowns, they're gonna let you know what a circus really looks like. It's dangerous out here. But forget about what I'm saying. Don't take my word for it. Let's look at this clip right now.
A deadly start to the new year after multiple shootings across New York City. The violence happened within hours after the stroke of midnight. In Queens alone, 1 man was killed. CBS 2's John Diaz reports.
Damn.
Men on stretchers rolled into ambulances, caution tape, and evidence cones are some of the initial visuals of 2021 in New York City. The first fatal shooting of the year happening nearly 1 hour after the ball dropped.
I hope this is not a sign of what to come with. 2021 was supposed to be like, we turn the page.
Police believe the shooting started after a fight between two groups of men at the Umbrella Hotel Kew Gardens quickly escalated. They were possibly at a New Year's Eve party.
That's the
We're
Henny.
not supposed to have that many people together right now.
Was there a party to begin with?
Cops say the shooting critically injured two men,
I ain't
a
even gonna laugh
20-year-old
at
and a 40-year-old. While they're expected to live, another 20-year-old man was killed.
Multiple gunshots in the middle of the night and woke me right out of my sleep. You could tell they were firing back and forth at each other.
Wow.
Neighbors say the hotel is to blame.
There's been prostitution at this hotel. There's been multiple violent incidences at this hotel. It's
Wow.
long overdue that this hotel should have been closed.
Police say this is just one of
them
only
know.
6 shootings across the city, happening in less than 2
I seen
hours
that
after
squirrel.
midnight. They include 8 victims, one of them a 33-year-old woman who was sitting in her second-floor apartment in East New York, Brooklyn, when a stray bullet went through her window and hit her in the leg.
Can you
It's a shame that
imagine?
we had to start the year off this way.
Last year, New York City saw an increase in shooting incidents by more than 97%. Many now fear it will be a new year with the same violence as last.
After the year we've had, you know, you would think peace, love.
And another site similar to last year, these reward
ain't no
posters.
peace, ain't
Police
no
now
love,
have them
bro.
hung up, asking the community for some help in tracking down those responsible for these shootings. From Kew Gardens, Queens, John Diaz, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, John Diaz. I think Corey James does a better job, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. At the end of the day, it looks like you can't even be chilling in your crib like that female was in Brooklyn. You can possibly catch a whole stray while you just in the crib frying some catfish. The grease popping, you being careful, like, ooh, okay, I see the grease is hot, Next thing, you really get popped. Boom! You really get popped. That ain't the grease from the goddamn catfish. That's somebody that was shooting outside that ain't even, the bullet wasn't even meant for you. It wasn't even meant for you. Bullets got no name. You guys gotta understand that. Look both ways while crossing a one-way street. You think I say that to be funny. Cause you think it's funny. Ain't nothing funny about Gotham City. You know what's funny? Me over here listening to love songs about a chick that I was dealing with for only 4 to 5 months. That's funny. I'm a joke. I'm a clown at this point. But pull up in the comment section and let me know how you feel about these situations. And if you like the video, don't forget to share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and make sure you hit that notification button. But I'm off this.
Listen, I run up them pins, make came with a plan to put all of the guys on. Please do not talk to me if it ain't money, that fatty, that breach, or that lodge on. We got this honor, we roll it and grab, I'm high, that shit be so damn strong. Pass it to Reese, we gon' ping pong. You talking how you should keep calm. I got my niggas here and we ain't never scared, they say we moving like Bone Crusher. He talking hot, then he gotta get got. If I can't maneuver, then bro, cut ya. Can't fuck around, all of my niggas. Ready to die if it's my niggas. You won't survive if it's my niggas. You won't survive if it's my niggas.